Yo, what's good? Welcome to Raider Spotlight, a new show that will be featured every Sunday before the Raiders play. We'll be featuring a new player. Shout out to Raider Spotlight. Welcome to everybody in the building. We got all kinds of news to talk about. The Las Vegas Raiders had their little ones against twos battle. We got highlights. We got all kinds of news to talk about. Micah Parsons drama all over. Let's get unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, you know what I like to do? Just follow me on this.
Hey, that fire still burns bright here in Las Vegas.
Legacy and one future.
Boys,
Talk about commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You walk in this building, you can feel it.
It starts with our DNA, ill intent, physicality.
7 memorable decades, 30 Pro Football Hall of Famers, 25 postseason victories, 5 AFL and AFC championships, and 3 Super Bowl titles. Though names, faces, and locations have changed, one constant remains: the unyielding will to win.
Man, what's good? What's good? Shout out to all the people that are in the building already. Appreciate you pulling up. Let me put on my eyeballs so I can see. Got eyes to hear. Raiders for life. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you, Anthony White. What's good, Raiders? All right, shout out to the 2 people in the building. Man, so we got news to talk about. This man right here making noise. So yeah, if you got to go, man, lucky you. If you didn't get to go, well, lucky for you. We have a little highlights. We have a little information. We have some injury updates. We have all kinds of stuff to talk about. But first, man. Let's wait. See if anybody pops in. I didn't check to see who was live. So let's get into the chat. What y'all got to say? Stall this out for a minute. I like the new name. Appreciate it. That's a great idea, Unleashed. Appreciate you. Yeah, I figured, before the games, we'd spotlight a player and talk about, who we think is going to be the breakout against what team, why, right? Maybe show some highlights of, games before. If it's middle of the season, we got some footage on them. So I think it'll be fun. Also, man, if you're not following the Discord, go over and follow on the Discord. It's in the community page. Sign up. We got some fun things coming. If y'all like to play poker just for fun or, whatever, pull up. It's kind of an exciting little game on the computer where everybody could talk. You can show your face. You can not show your face. So, yeah, pull up over there. Sign up. Join the fun. Don't forget to hit them thumbs for your boy Raiders Unleashed. Appreciate you. Raider fanatic for life. Raider fan for life. OG, what's good? You got your rum? Let's go. Well, let's go. Let's go. Shout out to my guy in the building. But yeah, man. All right, let's just get into it. You know, a lot going on. The offense was dominant in the little 1s versus 2s scrimmage. We had an injury. My guy, Lonnie Johnson Jr., it's a pretty significant injury. Was, you know, carted off. I posted on my X. Shout out to my guy, Lonnie Johnson, man. I wish I could get him on the show. It would be great. You know, I've been rocking with that guy since day one, since the first time when he had his presser. Right? He sounds like a guy with a chip on his shoulder, a guy that had something to prove. And just one of those freak accidents. I believe it was Max Crosby that rolled up on his leg from behind. And, you know, just one of those things that happened. So prayers to Lonnie Johnson. Get well soon. From what I heard, it's a broken fibula. Ouch. But he's a warrior, man. He's been posted on his X. Still going to be a Raider for life. So shout out to my guy, man. Hope all is well. Hope you can get back as soon as possible. Gotta go to work, so I need... Okay, cool. Appreciate you popping in, showing love. Shout out for the sticker. Smiley face with the sunglasses. I have no idea why it doesn't show me the sticker. It's so annoying. So annoying. Toasty Topics, what's good? What's good? Hey, Rebel, what happened in the mock game? You were saying AOC. Here we go. Hey, is better than Geno Smith. AOC was reported to look bad. What? And turned it over under pressure, like we said. I know I got highlights. Can't deal with it. Which is the pressure. My guy Gomez 948. What's good? Appreciate you rocking, pulling up. You know, I seen the highlights. But my question to you and everybody else, that the first thing they think is AOC. How come nobody's saying anything about Thayer Munford, who got absolutely barbecued by Max Crosby? I mean, go back and watch it. I'm gonna pull it up. Don't worry, I'm gonna pull it up here in a bit. So stay tuned. If you haven't seen the footage of AOC, you know, just getting robbed by Max Crosby, took the ball out of his hands, ran it 50-something yards for a touchdown. You know, dunked it on the uprights. Shout out to Max Crosby. Great play. But nobody's saying nothing about our offensive line. Aiden O'Connell, I believe, was running with the 2s at the time. So you have our defense, first string, running with our second string offensive line completely. Now, if you want to put AOC with the 1s against our first string defense, and that was to happen, I'd be saying, yeah, we might have a quarterback backup problem. And maybe Cam Miller is the guy, right? Cam Miller ran the ball pretty damn well. He threw the ball pretty well in the scrimmage game. So, shout out to all our quarterbacks. But that's my question to y'all. Not sticking up for Aiden O'Connell. Yes, you got to have pocket awareness. But I clocked over and over and over again, because you know I'm going to defend my guy AOC one way or another. But if he's wrong, I'm not going to defend him. You got to have an internal clock. But that clock, when we'll play it, will count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That was it. It was 2 Mississippi. Max Crosby was by Thayer Munford, completely smoked his ass and got to the quarterback. So nobody's talking about, I know, but nobody's talking about the fact that our backup offensive line, the depth on the offensive line does not look good, man. Thayer Munford getting beat like that in a game in front of everybody. I mean, who's behind him? Charles Grant, right? Another rookie. I'm kind of worried about the offensive line right now. And, yes, Aiden O'Connell also. You know, he didn't look very well. I did hear that he had a touchdown against the number one, against the number ones. So, I don't know how bad he looked, but that play was horrible. And we'll play it. I didn't get a chance to record it and break it down in slow-mo or any of that, so I'll play what I got on X, which probably get in trouble, but it's all good, man. And it is all love. And I knew you'd be in here, bro. And I was hoping somebody come in. Gives me something to talk about. But all I'm saying, Rebel, is making my point. Yeah, but any quarterback under pressure is horrible unless your name is Jaden Daniels, who was the best quarterback in the NFL last year under pressure as a rookie. Now, there was a couple guys that were way farther behind Jaden Daniels, but I think his completion ratio was a 94% under pressure. Now, Aiden O'Connell is not that, but neither is Geno Smith. So, I mean, let's call a spade, right? Geno Smith under pressure would have the same thing happen, I guarantee you. Now, he might have ran, but where was he going to run to? And again, we'll go to the film, but I get what you're saying. AOC has been known to not work well under pressure. Like Geno, he has dealt with padded feet, years of offensive line, ranked 30th with the Seahawks. I mean, I get your point, bro. I'm not gonna argue with you. I get you. But AOC got a hell of an arm, and he is a very good backup. That's why he was running with the twos against the number one defense and not the ones, right? Because he is the backup. And yes, it was a hell of a play by Max Crosby. And yes, it was a horrible play by Thayer Munford. Absolutely horrible. So yeah, man, there was also a lot of highlights, some plays from Ashton Genty running down the field, making plays. Also, where's this other one? Hold up, give me a second. This play right here, that man, I think this should be more of the talk, than Max Crosby working our second string offensive line. I think this right here should be a little bit more of the talk. And let me pull this up. What just happened? That is not what I wanted to do. Alright, so this is only 13 seconds. Hopefully I don't get jacked. I can't make it any bigger, so I don't know how... Wait, I can. Hold up. That's what she said. Can't make it any bigger. Fuck my life. Hold up. Spotlight it. No. Hold up. Oh. Alright, let's do it like this. That's even worse. Well, check out this play. And y'all probably can't see shit if you're on the phone. We'll stop it right here. Right here is JPJ playing guard. This is Tyree Wilson. Oh my goodness sakes. What are we doing here? And I'm going to take this down, before I get busted. But what are we doing here? Like, oh my goodness. And we're talking about a fumble by Max Crosby, who is the Condor, an absolute beast, a freak of nature. That, of course, is going to be... Let me pull this back up. Let me get back suited. It's Max Crosby, bro. It's Max Crosby. And my 2 cents was good. Appreciate you dropping in. But my point is, Geno has worked under pressure with 30-inch offensive line, and he ranked first in accuracy. But he also had 50 sacks and 24 turnovers to 21 touchdowns. What are we arguing here? Yes, he had the 30th ranked offensive line, but his numbers weren't top 5 like you say he is, my guy, or top 10. 24 turnovers and 21 interceptions is, I don't know why we're arguing. There's no argument there. No argument. Let's talk Lonnie Johnson's injury. Yes, because he was, please, thank you. Because he was projected to be our starter, that means he will go into the 2025 season with 2 backups that didn't earn the starting free safety spot, and Lonnie was cut at a play as a player. We'll get into cuts. We'll get into guys they brought in, all that shit here in a minute. My guy Lawrence, what's good? What's good? But let me see. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, let's pull this up real quick. All right, let me try it like this. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this shit. Yes, we are learning. We are learning here. Here we are learning. Now let's pull this up. Not like that, because I can't control shit. Cocksucker, you're a cocksucker. You're really a cocksucker. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Damn it. This is what I want. Oh, I know. Ain't no Kano. Just looks horrible out there, right? That's against the ones. That's against the ones. Ooh, wait, who was that on the outside pushing Malcolm Kuntz out the way? Oh, does anybody know who that was? Newly acquired Anthony Dorsett with the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Shout out to my guy Anthony Dorsett. All right, I got to find the other play because we all got to see this, right? Oh. One more play. We got to talk about this one also. This one has to be talked about. Alright, so I don't know how much you can see of this play or what you're on, but go back and look it up. It's on X. It is my guy Jesse Merrick. Shout out to Jesse Merrick for the footage. Number 29. If y'all don't know who it is, go look it up. It's a guy that I've bragged about. Chris Smith, second, third. What is he? I don't know, but Chris Smith out of Georgia, right? Looks like a great play. Stop right here. Great. Absolutely great, right? He sees the run. He's attacking. Except he doesn't have the ball. It's Geno Smith walks into the end zone. And Lonnie Johnson is injured. So, my guy Toasty Topics. Let's speak on it, right? You want to talk about it? What just happened? That's supposed to be stop sharing. Weird. So my guy Toasty, what's good? GeoMex in the building, Raider Nation, what's good? What's good? I'm in Bullhead City checking in. Nice. What's good, man? I'll be out there. I'll be out there in Lake Havasu the 10th through the 14th. So, shit, maybe we can meet up, grab a beer or something, talk Raiders. But where'd my guy Toasty's topic go? Yeah, let's talk Lonnie Johnson right here. Let's talk Lonnie Johnson. We have two defensive backs or free agency. Lonnie was a cut player. Did he get cut today? What? Oh shit! Stop playing. You know I can't stay up to every update on everything all the time, but are you kidding me? Are you saying he was a cut player that we brought in? Because I don't think they're gonna cut him if he was just injured. I get what you're saying. I'm not bueno. What's good? What's good? Furpo with the Raiders. All right, so yeah, man, let's talk about that. We got two backups that didn't earn starting free agent safety spots, and Lonnie Johnson was a cut player. So we'll get into the roster here in a bit. We'll break it down. We have the newly updated Our Lads roster, who they have projected. But I agree with you 1,000%, man. I am very, very nervous about these defensive backs. Now, is it Geno? Is it the offense? Is it Brock just uncoverable? Yes, absolutely. Is it my guy Chip Kelly out there just, winning over the defense? Yes. Is he out, masterminding PG? We don't know. Is it the players? We don't know. But we do know the offense is scoring a lot of points. As Pete Carroll said, the offense, a lot of points were put on the board. So another thing is shout out to Chris Collier. From what I heard, he looked very, very good, had a lot of wiggle, was shifty, and looked pretty dangerous with the ball in his hand. So there could be a lot bigger running back battle than I think we have. Geno was first 2021, 2021, 2021. Are you stuttering in the chat? Typing? What the fuck? Accuracy per NFL. I mean, I get you. But I've talked about it before. Go back and look at his percentage. If you have PFF, because I don't pull it up on here because everybody complains about me being the stat guy, but I will. I'll have to, if you want me to. But go look up his stats on PFF. It shows you most passes in the middle, everything. The sideline, 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, passes over 20 yards. Yes, he led the NFL, passes over 20-yard accuracy. But below that, go look at those numbers and those stats and those accuracy stats, because they're not what you think, my guy. But on Lonnie Johnson, free safety is in bad shape. We need to sign a significant free safety. I mean, yeah, if none of these guys are showing signs, right? Lonnie Johnson was a guy that was out there making a lot of plays. He's probably not going to be out there for a long, long time. They might put him on injured reserve. Or have him on what they signed Dalton Wagner to 2 years ago. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, man, it doesn't look good for our backfield. It doesn't look good for our safety room. Guys like Trey Taylor need to step up. Guys like, Chris Smith need to step up. We haven't seen much out of Sam Webb. In the corner spot, maybe they need to move him to the safety spot. Maybe he's better there. I know he played a couple of snaps there last year, being in a nickel and shit. But we need guys to step up. It's not looking as promising as it should, unless our offense is just that damn good. But we'll find out here on the 7th against Seattle, right? How good is our offense? With probably not Geno Smith, more than likely Aiden O'Connell, and maybe not a lot of ones for very long. But we'll see. If they come out, drive right down the field and score a touchdown with Aiden O'Connell, like he's been known to do, go watch his starts. I'm not making shit up. Not always in touchdowns, but we drove right down the field. Most of the time he started. So, if that happens, I mean, then our offense is probably pretty scary, but we know it should be, right? We have Ashton Genty, who's everybody say the hype is real, right? Yes, he hasn't been tackled yet. No, there hasn't been no full contact. And still players are getting hurt, which is not a good sign. But yeah, we'll find out, man. We'll find out September 7th, right, in Seattle, what this team is like and where we need help. And again, if that's the case, right, we still have a guy that we just brought in, right, in Jamal Adams, that they're playing in the linebacker room. Maybe with Lonnie Johnson's injury, maybe they bring him back to the safety and say, man, we need you to play here for a little while. Devin White seems to look like, he's doing all right. And, if these young guys are coming around like Tommy Eichenberg, maybe we don't need Jamal Adams there. But, I mean, I don't know. And I agree, it doesn't look good. You need to stop making excuses for players you like AOC and Dylan Labe. I mean, all right, if that's how you feel. But is it an excuse when your offensive line gets cooked? I'm just saying, it's not an excuse. It's a fact. It's just a fact. Geomex in the building. What's good? What's good? What else we got? Salute my guy. Your birthday's in August 7th. Nice. Just moved from Havasu. Salute, salute. Lonnie Johnson was cut. We signed. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I was like, man, that's bullshit. If the dude just broke his fibula and they cut him, I was like, damn, this organization is savage up there. But yeah. Yes, he was rolled up on from behind, carted off, and yes, not good. What else we got from my guy Toasty? Justin Simmons is still a free agent, bro. I'm with you 1,000%. 1,000%. No argument for me. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. That would have been my go-to before a lot of these players, But I mean, I don't know what to say on that. It's got to be something, man. It's got to be something with former coaches or some coaches or players in the building. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea why he's not tops on the list. A guy that would want to get back at the Denver Broncos, right? I mean, a guy that would play the Denver Broncos twice a season. And maybe even more, how things turn out. So, man, I mean, I don't know why Justin Simmons is not brought in for a workout, is not talked about. I don't get it. I don't get it. Last year, defense was exposed. Our quarterback room as being the weakest link. This year, offense is exposing the secondary as being the weakest link. 1,000%. 1,000%. And again, all we could do, why isn't that showing up? All we can do is cross our fingers that this offense is just that good. I mean, let's face it. Brock Bowers is hard to cover. Jacoby Myers is pretty hard to cover. Trey Tucker is fast as fudge. There's Dude, they call him a blinker. Like, the dude's so fast. You just blink and he's gone. So, Trey Tucker's one of those guys. Dante Thornton's one of those guys. Jack Besh has got to be a handful to cover. I mean, have you seen the arms on that dude? He looks like a tight end or a linebacker. I mean, he literally could probably play linebacker. So, I don't know. I mean, yes, he has to put on a lot more pounds, but as physical as he is, this offense is tough to guard. Now, is there a lot of offenses that have the weapons we do? Yes, but do they have as many? That is the question. That is the question that I'll leave for y'all. Y'all can go ahead and answer in the chat if you want to or not. I think if you're going to ride the bench, our coaches, we pay the guy. I mean, yes. If you go to work and don't work, I mean, that's 100%, right? Nobody's going to pay you for just showing up. What else we got? We have no choice but to sign Justin now. This is management. This new management talks all this, want to win now. Talk that shit. Well, they need to sign Justin. No excuses. Raiders have the cap. I mean, we have all the money. We have all the money we need. They're projected, again, I talked about it 2 days ago. My bad I wasn't on last night. I got a migraine on Friday. Had the wrong glasses on, and that shit wiped me out, bro. Usually I could crash, wake up, and I'm good, but not this time. It was most of the day yesterday, so I wasn't messing around. But yeah, no excuses. I mean, I'm 100% down for signing. Jack Kenna was good. William M was good. Much love and respect, bro. Major salute. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Can't wait for Raiders 2025 football. I mean, I can't wait either, but damn, if we don't do something about the defensive backfield, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So let's get into the news. The news that I didn't actually, I could just do it on here like I had it, I believe. The news that I missed on Saturday. I'm going to go way the hell down here. Let's start with this. So, as predicted, I love y'all. As predicted, as the first team defense lines up for their first drive of scrimmage in the scrimmage game yesterday, right? The corners are Darian Porter and Eric Stokes. Now, I mean, I said that was probably going to be, most likely going to be, that was going to be, right, the first starting team. But how well did they do? I mean, obviously, Toasty said Aiden O'Connell looked rough, right? So that means Darian Porter and Eric Stokes probably did pretty well if they were on the first team D going against the second team offense, right? Also, Jonah Lalu started at the 3 tech. Sounds like an echo. And the Raiders started out in a 4-3 base with Roberts, White, Jermaine Pratt out there at linebacker. Now, I mean, I know when I read this shit, you're like, stop repeating yourself, Rebel. I get it. I say this shit months in advance. I know. A lot of people have been asking about nickel lately. The first team Raiders defense, and shout out to my guy Jesse Merrick, right? This is Jesse Merrick. A lot of people have been asking about the Raiders nickel defense lately. First team Raiders defense just went to nickel and scrimmage with Jeremy Chin rolling to the slot. I know. I know. Chris Collier is shifty. Dude just hit a nice spin move in the scrimmage. He's putting guys on skates at camp at times also. Shout out to my guy Jesse Merrick for all the shit. Go follow him on X. Give him a follow. I post a lot of his stuff, repost a lot of his stuff. Sometimes I forget to say go follow my guy Jesse Merrick. He also just started a YouTube channel, I do believe. I will tag him in this if I remember. If I don't, I'm sorry, my guy. So much shit going on. But yeah, go follow Jesse Merrick for all your latest Raiders info. But don't stop following me, damn it. So after defense jumped off sides, Geno hit Dante Thornton for a touchdown after buying a ton of time in the pocket. I might be tripping, but I thought Kuntz would have sacked him before that anyway, if it were for real. So, with that, a lot of these passes that Geno made, also the diving catch was from, who did I just say earlier? Damn it. The receiver we just brought in. Not today, but last week. Oh my God. I'll remember here in 25 minutes. Anyways, the diving catch that Geno threw, a lot of people say, if it was a real game and you could hit the quarterback, he would have never got the ball off. It would have been a sack and, could have been worse. But Malcolm Kuntz just ran past him. So, a lot of these highlights from the offense and in the scrimmage game, a lot of these plays you have to take into effect that even if these guys get to the quarterback, like the play that I showed, and I will do a video when I get off here, if this damn computer lets me. It looks like trash. I don't know why. Maybe it's too backed up. But as soon as I figure it out, I will be dropping more videos. I hate doing it on the phone or the iPad. It just doesn't. It takes too long and doesn't work right. So again, if you couldn't see it, I'll try to show it. And again, you can go to YouTube, go to X, check out all these guys. Also, Darnay Holmes worked in the slot in most of the traditional nickel looks. So I told you guys the Raiders were gonna change Patrick Graham's defense to a 4-3. They were gonna run a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 3 sky. That's exactly what they did in the scrimmage, which I don't know why they do that and show what they were going to. Maybe they'll change it. Maybe they'll change it when the season starts. I don't know why, they would run what they're going to and give people looks. But Pete Carroll also made the statement. And shout out to the 29 people in the building. Like, subscribe, follow if you're not already. I'm your host, Raiders Rebel, host of Raiders Unleashed. Click on the notification button, all that good stuff. But Pete Carroll has stated he doesn't care. Who knows? They're coming to win now. And, if they're coming to win now, you go get a guy like Justin Simmons, right? You don't trust these guys right now that are getting cooked by Geno Smith, that are also getting beat by Aiden O'Connell. Dorsett, that's who we got in. Dorsett. Sorry, I just remembered the name. So yeah, Anthony Dorsett has been out there killing it. A touchdown from Aiden O'Connell, a touchdown from Geno Smith in the scrimmage. But where are these defensive backs? Where are these corners? And again, is this offense that good? Is Chip Kelly that good? Right? Does he have this offense where it's hard to cover these guys? Because Brock Bowers, unless you double him, it's impossible. It's impossible. You're not going to cover Brock Bowers one-on-one. Patrick Surtain is the only one that I seen do it, and we play them twice a year. But other than that, you're not covering Brock one-on-one. Maybe, a couple of guys might step up to the challenge, but 9 times out of 10. And they say he looks better, stronger, and faster this year. So if you have to double Brock, it's gonna be hard for people to double these guys. Also, Delanie Johnson injury, got that. Shout out to my USC guy, Greedy Vance, right? He's been very greedy. He's been getting some pass breakups. He's been getting some takeaways. He made a great play. Let me see if I... yeah, fuck it, I'll show it. I hope my dude doesn't get pissed. But yeah, let me pull this up. It's only a couple seconds. Share tab. I don't know how much you can see. Again, I apologize. It won't let me stretch it or make it big. So, maybe this way. Damn it! No. Hell no. Fuck, that's even worse. Alright, let's go with that. So, here we go. Oh, greedy, the UDFA. Let's bring that back. Geno, right? Right, Toasty? Geno, most accurate. Come on, man. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He should have never thrown this ball. This could have been taken to the house, bro. Could have been taken all the way to the house. Look at this. If he would have just took one more step instead of trying to break that up. That's cribbed. That ball is cribbed, bro. So, I'm just saying. It's not always what you see. You know what I mean? Dark, what's good? So yeah. What? Oh, Philip Dorsett. I'm old, bro. I'm old. Rip it and flip it. Damn. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate you, my guy. So, man, let me know. Let me know in the comments, because I'm almost caught up to y'all. I thought I was until I was just blabbering. I got a new Mitchell and there's Bojer. What? Shout out. Nice. Nice. Who was on the field with Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and 12 personnel? Second team. It was Kai Blue Kelly a lot. I believe Jacorian Bennett was out there. I don't know who was covering who. Deacamarian Richardson was out there on the twos. And who did we just say? Fuck, I don't know. I'll break down the roster and where they got it looking right now, and then I'll remember the damn names. I'm old, sorry. It's Carroll throwing the challenge flag in the mock game for me. Shout out, right? Pete Carroll throwing the challenge flag. If y'all haven't seen that, love it. Check your X messages, Rebels. Sent you a video of 91 pulling up after eat by DJ Glaze. Let me pull this up. Could have been taking Smith out like Crosby did O'Connell. Nice. Damn it. Do you follow me on both X accounts? Rip it and flip it. Please follow me on the other one, because I'm having trouble pulling that one up on this computer for some reason. But yeah, I will check it out. I will clip it for sure. My guy 91 in the building making plays. Beating DJ Glaze. Right? So, man, shout out to everybody for all the footage, for all the camp talk. And like I said, man, if I can, I will be out there the 10th through the 14th, and I'm trying really, really bad to get to one of these practices to get whatever I could get from y'all. Nobody knows who is in 12 personnel with Bowers and Myers, what receivers. It was Jacoby Myers and Dante Thornton. Most of the time, Dante Thornton. I think the touchdown from Dante Thornton was 12 personnel, I do believe. Hold up. Let me go back to this. Give me a second. I have that touchdown from Dante. I believe it was Dante Thornton. I'm pretty sure. Pete Carroll talk, Ashton Genty. Let me see. I think this is it. Nope, that's a Geno run. Sorry for the silence. I'm trying to. I think this is it right here. No, I don't think they're. I don't know. I don't know if they were in 12 personnel there. So, but I believe Dante Thornton was in 12 personnel when they ran it. But I don't think they ran it too much. From what I'm seeing, I'm going through all these videos right now. They ran a lot of spread, from what I'm seeing. A lot. A whole lot. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of spread offense. A lot of quick passes. A lot of quick routes. Getting the ball out fast and just moving the ball down the field. And then Geno with his wheels. Cam Miller with the wheels. Cam Miller with the run up the middle. Cam Miller looked really, really good from what I heard from the little birdies. He was very, very impressive. So maybe if you didn't see, that's one thing I missed. Our minority owner was in the building during training, during camp. the last day before the Friday before the game. So, you know, maybe Tom Brady out there talking to the young Cam Miller fired him up. But from what I hear, he looked really, really good also. Had a good deep ball pass, had some good runs. And Aiden O'Connell, I'm trying to find that also. Aiden O'Connell showing the wheels. I just can't remember. I don't know how the hell I didn't bookmark Aiden O'Connell showing wheels. I have the Lonnie Johnson injury, but I don't want to show that. That's bad. That's bad. So, yeah, man. Is this 12 personnel? No. Here's the Aiden O'Connell play. Make sure the volume is down. Alright, y'all be the judge of this. Y'all be the judge of this. Probably the last one I put up because they're going to fucking cook me on this shit today. Damn it, I can't move it up or nothing. I hate this shit. Let's go with that. Let's see how that works. Alright, so this is Aiden O'Connell play. You see Max running down the field, flying with the dunk. Does he show the whole play? Right here. So look at the top of the screen. Let me go back just a second. Damn, I can't go back far enough. Alright, but right here. Max Crosby just grabs the ball, reaches out. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Grabs the ball. Aiden goes to throw. He's like, what the hell? And Max is gone. So, yeah, that's that play. But let's go back just a little bit. Look at this right here. Right here. Oh, come on, damn it. Alright, well. Anyways. You can't even count the 2 Mississippi. So before it shows, you know, him being sacked, but great play by Max Crosby with the touchdown. Man, we want to see more of those, right? All year long. Max Crosby looks, I mean, that was quick, bro. It was quick. And like I said, it wasn't even 2 seconds. He was around Thayer Mumford and just had Thayer Mumford just spinning around trying to find him. It was pretty bad. And if you look at the rest of the play, like the whole pocket was collapsed. Like everybody got through. There was guys coming everywhere. And if that was, you know, a live play where they could have hit the quarterback, that could have been really, really bad for Aiden O'Connell, bro. That could have been horribly bad. He might not have an arm left after that. Alex, my guy, was good. Appreciate you. Damn it. No, I showed that and I lost everywhere I was. Right tackle position is looking like a red flag. The backup position, definitely. I mean, like I said, that wasn't. I mean, you said DJ Glaze got cooked by 91 also, right? Shout out to Jonah. Love to see that. Dark, my guy, what's good? Appreciate you. If I didn't see you in here. What else do we got? The other X account is. Do I have any mod? Is Hawaiian Candy in here? Hold on. It should be on the bottom of the screen. RaiderRebel_. Is that the right one? Fuck, I don't know. I'll send you a follow. I'll send you an invite. I tried to before, I think, but I'll send you one as soon as I get off here. Yeah, I got 2 of them. Actually, I got like 3 of them because I never knew how X worked. But and I always get locked out of that shit. I'm excited about our defense going to look out there too. I'm scared, man. I'm scared about this backfield. We should come on the 16th. I got you a ticket. A ticket. Damn it. It may be an only dream to get Micah Parsons. All right, so let's get into that. I know that's why everybody's popping in. Everybody wants to see. I didn't mean to drag it out that long. The Micah Parsons deal would be great, right? Everybody wants Micah Parsons. I'm one of the biggest fans. The year that he came out of the draft, I was, screaming, please, please do everything it takes. Move up to get Micah Parsons. The Raiders didn't. The Cowboys ended up getting him at a very, 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 very good spot. In my opinion, Micah Parsons is a dog, man. 52 sacks in 4 seasons. He had 13 in his rookie year. He had 13 and a half the next year. He had 14 the following year, and then last year he missed 4 games and still had 12. So every year he has had at least a half a sack or more better. Now, I'm not throwing any names out there, but if you look at history, if you look at everybody's numbers, anybody's numbers of the top defensive linemen on the planet in the history of the NFL, the man is up there. The numbers are ridiculous. The tackles for loss, the pressures are up there with Max Crosby. In the last 4 years, he has 6 less pressures than Max Crosby. So Micah Parsons is him. If you can get him, you get him. Jerry Jones is not going to let him go. He's not going to let him go easy. Also, a lot of people don't know. I've been posting on X. I found out. I did some homework and did some research. He has the same agent as Christian Wilkins. How's that going to work? The Raiders just voided Christian Wilkins' contract for kissing people on the head, for having a kissing booth in the shower, said Max Crosby, I don't know, for tickling people's feet, whatever it was, for not, for faking his injury. I mean, whatever the accusations are, but they are in a dispute right now. So how is Micah Parsons even going to think about coming to the Raiders when he has the same agent as Christian Wilkins? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It would look bad on Christian Wilkins' agent to be like, yeah, go to the Raiders. They're a great organization. Christian Wilkins would probably fire him and be like, wait, why are you sending people that you represent over to the Raiders? Now, if the Raiders made a deal with the Cowboys, I don't think his agent would be able to stop it. I don't know how that works. I'm not that far in depth into all this. But damn, it would look nice. You've seen the cover, you've seen the title. The man looks nasty in silver and black. It just looks scary. If you could imagine him with 98 on the other side, it's freakish, man. It's absolutely freakish. Now, will it ever happen? More than likely not. Right? If you was trying to be Mitchell Raines with the Chucky heads or whatever the hell he does now, it would probably be a 1, right? 1 or a half a 1, right? Whatever, I don't know. A scale of 1 to 10, -1. I mean, but crazier things have happened. And if a player really wants out and is really not going to be happy where he is, you're not going to have him a disgruntled player in the building that doesn't show up to camp, that holds out, right? You don't need that drama. And eventually somebody's going to have to fold. And more than likely, this is just my opinion, but we've seen how it went. Damn, everybody left after I said no. We've seen how it went with, excuse me, what's his face over there in Cleveland? Right? Why can't I think of the greatest defensive ends right now? But we've seen how he did, right? He wants out of Cleveland. He wants a trade. And as soon as he said that, they said, okay, we'll give you more money than you wanted in the first place. and he got his bag, right? Now, it could be just a ploy from his agent, from Micah Parsons. But if you read what Micah Parsons said, and if I have to, I'll pull it up because I probably got that pulled up somewhere also. Yes, I do. Give me a second. Oh, fucking not. Well, I did have it pulled up. But instead of clicking on it, I clicked on the X, which got rid of it. Raiders history. Give me a minute. Damn it. Where's my history? Where's my history? Fuck my life. Alright, man. I'm not going to pull it up. It's going to take me way too long. So, Micah Parsons basically said his farewell goodbye, right? His post, he said, you know, thank you for the Cowboys, blah blah blah. That sounds like like a speech. Like, I'm not coming back. There's a lot of teams that are very interested in Micah Parsons. A lot of people say the Raiders don't have the money and can't afford Micah Parsons. There's questions of, would you pay Micah Parsons more than you paid Max Crosby? Now, that is a huge question that really has to be answered. Would Max Crosby, not saying that he has an ego, none of that, but, would Max Crosby be cool with somebody coming in, making more money than him, having a bigger contract? I think he'd be fine with it. Micah Parsons is a dog. Max Crosby wants to win. I don't see that being a problem or an issue. But to get Micah Parsons in here, you have to pay him the highest paid, non-quarterback player, which I think TJ Watt just signed, $88 million $106 million, 107 something, which is the equivalent to the amount of sacks he has in his career, which is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot. But having the same agent as Christian Wilkins is a red flag for me, and I just don't see how that would possibly work unless, something absolutely crazy happened. What else we got? 35 days until the season starts. Let's go. Raiders. Lonnie Johnson, get well soon. Yes. Everybody type that in the chat. Lonnie Johnson, please get well. Prayers for Lonnie. Type LJJ. Get well, LJJ. Let's go with that. I'd appreciate it. Lonnie would appreciate it. I'm going to tag him in this. Maybe he'll watch. Y'all can show him love, right? Raiders football on Thursday, baby. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. 11 personnel was Brock, Thornton, Myers, and Tucker. Yes. But they mixed it up, I do believe. And then Gino also ran with the second, whatever you want to call it, second string, third string receivers also. I don't know if Aiden got to run with the ones or not, but yeah, so everybody got a lot of reps, man. From what I heard, basically from what I gathered and from what the little birdie told me in my ear was, look out. They're going to sub in a lot of guys on the defensive line, and they're going to sub in a lot of guys in the backfield. They're going to change from a 4-3 to, to a sky, to a nickel, to maybe possibly dime. They're going to have a lot of different looks with a lot of different guys coming in and out. So take that however you want to. Perryman rolling around LA trying to be like a Chapo Wayne Brady skit. What? That's wild, bro. That's wild. That's wild. Raider Devin White reborn in Las Vegas. Let's go. Yeah, man. Devin White, we talked about that. We talked about him being hooked up with his cousin. His cousin, DeCam Richardson, if you didn't know, now you know. you got family in the building. He wants to win with this kid, this young man, right? They want to celebrate together. They want to celebrate wins together, not just, making plays. So, yes, Devin White sounds reborn. If you haven't watched his interview, man, it was a heartfelt speech about, growing up with a single parent, not having his father in and out of his life. When he got his father back in his life, his father passed away. So it was a pretty sentimental interview, right? But he sounds like another guy that has a chip on his shoulder, not only talking, but he's out there, walking the walk. Also, he's had interceptions. He's had what would have been, devastating hits on a quarterback from what I heard if he didn't hold up. He's doing it all. He's doing it all. So shout out to Devin White. And it's not just him, man. It's not just him. It's Jermaine Pratt. It's, E-Rob. These guys will knock the soul out of your body. And we know that, right? We've seen them play. And if they're as good as projected or talked about, from what I'm hearing, the linebacker room, the front four, that's going to be the ticket. That's going to be the ticket. The backfield is where we have to start questioning. But I believe Pete's going to get these guys right. A lot of them are young. I think the oldest guy out there is, 6 years in the NFL. So we'll get it right, man. We'll get it right. I believe so. Sorry, I'm trying to read all these chats, catch back up. AOC is lighting things up according to rumors. Misguided media sources, like I've mentioned before. He's a backup. I know. I've said it before too. Like I told you, little birdie in my ear says you wouldn't. And look, and Paul Gutierrez, man, shout out to Paul Gutierrez. But Paul Gutierrez posted on X and said you wouldn't know Aiden O'Connell was the backup by the way he's running the offense out there, by the way he's being a leader, by the way he's helping the other guys not only on offense but on defense, helping the corners, right? So showing them what he sees. So, I mean, it's all good signs, bro. Whether he's a backup, whether he's third string, I'm just glad he's on the team, right? And gets to learn from a guy, like Gino, right? Like Pete Carroll. You get to learn like a guy from Chip Kelly. And you have a damn good quarterback coach. After further review, thanks Mayock for Crosby. Thoughts all the shit. He is still on the roster through all the shit, right? And there's a lot of talks, man. There's a lot of talks right now that the Raiders could possibly, very well, have another 4th round pick. And Dante Thornton Jr. that could be around for a long, long time. That could be one of those standout stars. I read an article, pretty good article. I forgot who it was by. It was a pretty good article saying the Raiders could have found another gem in the 4th round. And shout out to, management for finding gems in the 4th round. Or even getting players in the first 4 rounds that could possibly contribute right away. So, yeah. Shout out to this, shout out to Mark Davis. I think Mark Davis, most of all, I think Mark Davis needs a lot more, recognition for going out and letting Tom Brady become minority owner, right? He didn't have to. He tried to give it to him for a lower price to get him in here. The NFL wasn't buying it. Finally, they settled on whatever it is. Shout out for him, for Tom Brady and him going and getting 3 more minority owners. Shout out for them bringing in Richard Seymour. Mark Davis is doing all he can to just win, baby. And I think, Mark Davis deserves a lot more respect than what he's been getting, in my opinion. I know he's behind the scenes. He's been at all the practices. He was out there, of course. He doesn't miss a game, right? He's been out there, watching practices. So shout out to Mark Davis, man. From the bottom of my heart, thank this man for contributing, for continuing to try to get better, to make this team better. I mean, we've swung for fences. We've brought in players that just didn't work out. Now, was it the coaching staff? Was it the character? Was it the guys evaluating the character that let these guys come in that weren't true Raiders? I don't know. But I feel like this coaching staff is not letting guys in here that, that don't fit this culture or what the culture used to be, right? That tough attitude, gritty, smart, want to be a football player, want to be a Raider type attitude. And shout out, man. Shout out to all the guys. Spytech, to Pete Carroll, to all the guys, Spytech. I don't know all their names right offhand, but, the assistant manager, the manager of pro personnel that he brought in from the Broncos, guys from the Bucks. Like, these guys have been grinding, man, behind the scenes. They've been doing so much, and I think this team is there. It's just a couple pieces away. Justin Simmons. I don't know. just say it. Micah Parsons' coach said he won't trade him today. Yeah, and Jerry Jones said, calm down. He's not trading him. But if a player doesn't want to be there, we didn't want to trade Antonio Brown after he, did what he did and didn't want to be a Raider or let him go. There's a lot of players you don't want to let go or get rid of, but, when the line's been drawn, sometimes money can fix the wound, and sometimes, wounds cannot be mended. So that's up to Micah Parsons, I think. And if somebody goes wild, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why Parsons wants to be traded, obviously. Like I said, before all this came out, 2 days before it came out, I told you exactly why he wanted to be traded. Exactly. He felt disrespected. Now, I didn't know the terms or all the stuff that went on, but he felt like disrespected, right? For what he's done for this franchise, for the stats, for the work he's put in. Having 12 sacks last year, missing 4 games is absolutely crazy to me in my mind. I can't imagine what he could have had in those other 4 games, or what those teams, the teams that he would have played against. He could have had 16 or 20. I mean, in those 4 games, he could have had 2 or 3 and 1. He could have had a crazy year if stayed healthy. So why does Micah Parsons want out? It came out that the Cowboys called him in to talk about leadership, his leadership role with the Cowboys. That's what Jerry Jones said it was about. So they call him in the building. They get him in there. They start talking about leadership. And then Jerry Jones says, starts hitting around his contract. And he doesn't have his agent in the building. And he tells them he doesn't want to talk about the contract, with the agent not in the building. And Jerry Jones supposedly just kept pushing the subject, right? So, Micah Parsons felt disrespected. And I guess whatever happened, got up, left. And, that's why he wants out. So, can you fix those wounds? I don't know. Micah Parsons said his dad has always been a lifelong Cowboys fan. He was a Cowboy fan growing up, right? He's always wanted to play in that stadium. He's always wanted to play for Jerry Jones. But after you disrespect a man, like that, who tells you, not to, the same thing with the Christian Wilkins thing, right? You can't fix those wounds, in my opinion. And, maybe money can. Maybe, you flash enough money and he'll go back to Cowboys, but it doesn't seem like he wants to be there. And if he doesn't want to be there, the Raiders are a perfect place, man. The Raiders are the perfect place. We have the money. We could easily sign him to, whatever crazy, astronomical, outrageous, out of this planet, out of this world, guaranteed money easily, right? With the guys that we've brought in, with the billionaires we have in the building, if that's the route they wanted to go, the Raiders could be in that running, so don't count them out. It could be. Next up, what would be the trade value for what would be the trade value? The trade value is very simple, man. You're gonna want minimum 2 firsts, probably a third, a player, probably a high caliber player. But let's not just guess, right? Let's not guess. I got it pulled up right here, I think. It's on my phone instead. Son of a bitch. Why do I lose everything? I'm not organized. All right, so projected. They had, I'm going to remember off the top of my dome because I don't know what the hell it was pulled up on. I was just reading it before I got on. They had the Jets. The Jets, Bryce Hall, Jermaine, Alexander, I want to say. Whatever their defensive end is, their star defensive end, or, second star defensive end. A first round, a third round, and a fifth round for Parsons, and a fourth round back or something. Which, I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? That's kind of crazy. Then they had the Bears. The Bears, 2 first rounds, a third round, a fifth round, a seventh round, and I forgot the player they wanted or projected. For the Cowboys, Micah Parsons, a fifth and a seventh. So not crazy projections, right? Not crazy projections. Let me throw mine out there. Now, if it was me, you got Tyree Wilson, former first round pick. Just the former first round pick, right? Says a lot. Maybe, possibly. Jerry Jones might like those big, strong, physical guys. On the defensive line, he might put him as starting DT instead of, defensive end. But maybe you throw him in a package, right? Say you throw him in there. Say you throw in, I hate to do it, but Malcolm Kuntz, right? You could throw Malcolm Kuntz in there. You just signed to a $12 million deal for 1 year. You could throw him in there right away. That's 2 pretty high quality players, right? If they need receiver, I mean, we have a bunch, right? We just drafted some. You could use some of those as capital. Guys we haven't heard a lot about, maybe they need a small speedster like Trey Tucker who's been balling out in camp. The Raiders have a lot of players, that have potential that were doesn't matter where they drafted. We have a couple of guys that have been shining as UDFAs, right? Also, maybe you could throw some of these young guys in there. It just depends on what the Cowboys need. But you can use players like Charles Snowden, right? Charles Snowden, not like a high caliber or high player, but a guy that has upside, right? A guy that could help them out, and grow with that team. You could throw 3-4 players at them and, maybe a second round and a third round and try to get, a fifth back or a sixth back. It's possible that with the players we have, right? And if this drags out, which I know it's going to, unless Micah Parsons just says, okay, I'll take the deal, and his agent, right? Because it's not just him, it's his agent that negotiates it. If they decide to take the deal, then maybe. But I see this being a drawn-out process. So, maybe after a preseason game or two, some of these guys, like a Tyree Wilson, shows out on the defensive line, right? Maybe a Charles Snowden, maybe a Jaw Joyner, a guy that I got to talk about, Jafari Harvey. I know if you follow this channel, if you're here loyally, let me get a 1 in the chat. If you remember me talking about Jafari Harvey constantly, saying this guy somehow is going to make this roster sneakily. Well, my guy Sanji was out, not out, but I don't know if he was there or not, but said Jafari Harvey. We'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, so we have a bunch of young players, right? We have receivers. We have a contract dispute with Jacoby Myers, right? We have guys like Thayer Munford, who just got smoked by Max Crosby. Maybe the Raiders want to move on from a Thayer Munford. Could you put a Thayer Munford, a Tyree Wilson, a first round, and whoever else, a running back? I mean, you have a guy like Zamir White, shown potential in the right system. right? Had 100 yards rushing 4 games in a row 2 years ago. Was injured a little bit last year. You have a guy like Sincere McCormick who, showed a little bit of flash. Maybe he shows out. Maybe he shows out in the preseason, and some of these guys become more valuable. If the Raiders have some of these guys stand out that they don't project that are possibly going to make the team because they already have guys in front of them that they don't think they can beat out, but they could be of value somewhere else, we might have some players to throw into that mix. So it all depends, man. It all depends on, if the Cowboys, for one, if Jerry Jones, what it comes down to. If they end up coming down to where he says, no, just trade me, and he has to be traded, there's a couple teams. Like Micah Parsons' agent, I think, said he would go to the Bears. He wouldn't mind going to the Buffalo Bills. He wouldn't mind going to, I think, the Tennessee Titans, which I don't know why you'd go to the Titans over the Raiders. And I think the Green Bay Packers. I want to say the Green Bay Packers. So those are the 4 teams that, he said he would preferably want to go to. And maybe he just thinks the Raiders are, off the table because they have Max Crosby. But I guarantee you, if Micah Parsons, if you called him on the phone and said, would you want to play next to Max Crosby in Las Vegas? I mean, I would pretty much guarantee his answer would be yes. Who's wouldn't, right? Ooh, that was an older one. Man, shout out to the 24 people in the building. If you come through, please hit the like button. Tip your Raider plug for all your Raider info, all your Raider content by liking the like button. Also, up there in the purple, you could also, tip your guy on Cash App. If you want to show love to the channel. If not, I just appreciate you being here. I love it more if you comment, though. Comment, join the fun. Raiders had a chance to go after Darnell Hunter a few years ago in free agency. They didn't go after him. I mean, I've been debating with people back and forth on Instagram on if people want to come here, why people would want to come here, if they don't want to come here. If y'all think players don't want to come here, let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. If you think players don't want to come here, give me a thumbs down, right? If you don't think there's any high caliber free agents that are willing to come here, give me a thumbs down. But I've said it before. All the players that have come here have said they come here because of Pete Carroll, because they grew up watching Pete Carroll, looking up to Pete Carroll, admiring Pete Carroll, always wanting to play for Pete Carroll, plus the facility, plus the no tax. I mean, there's a lot of reasons players would want to come to Vegas. If you're on the offense, Chip Kelly. If you're on the defense, Patrick Graham has been here 4 years. There's a lot of reasons. Max Crosby, who wouldn't want to play next to Max Crosby if you're on the defense, right? Or have a guy like Adam Butler next to you on the defensive line. Or have a guy like Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Palmau, deep, and you play corner. I mean, there's guys that would possibly want to come, but maybe they don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Micah Parsons is going to be a good boy and do as Jerry Jones says. Oh, that's wrong, bro. That's damn. Okay. My trade idea is Kuntz plus 2 first rounders. See, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think we're giving up first rounders. But sorry, my bad. 2 first rounders, Micah Parsons plus a 3rd round pick, similar to the Mac trade. Kuntz is worth a 2nd round pick. Kuntz is definitely, in my opinion, worth a 2nd round pick. Now, as a Raider fan, you got to look at it as a fan, and then you got to look at it with your Raider blinders off. I mean, do you want a guy in Micah Parsons who in 4 years has 52.5 sacks, 100 and something pressures, crazy amount of tackles for loss? I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe it'll come to me. Just ridiculous numbers. Or a guy like Malcolm Kuntz who had 8 sacks in 3 years. I mean, I love Malcolm Kuntz. I'm a huge Malcolm Kuntz fan. I think he's going to be a great defensive end. But if are if are we already know, right? I mean, we don't know what he's going to be after an injury. We don't know. We haven't heard much in camp, right? Maybe they've been taking it lightly with him. You know, we'll see. Hopefully, maybe a little bit in preseason. We don't know if we'll see anything out of him there. So we don't know what Malcolm Kuntz is going to be after the injury, but we know what he was before. And it was only when AP took over, you know, and Patrick Graham set him free. How's he going to click in a 4-3 base, right? With 3 linebackers behind him. Obviously, you should be better. So, you know, you have to look at those questions. And if they said we'll take Malcolm Kuntz and, you know, Tyree Wilson and a first-round pick and a third, I mean, shit, I'd be in for it. I'd be in for it. But like I said, more than likely. You know, and the last question is, how does he fit Patrick Graham's defense? I think Patrick Graham with Max Crosby and Micah Parsons would be the scariest duo ever in the history of the NFL. I mean, these guys would just be unleashed on the NFL. Quarterbacks, running backs. You couldn't stop them. I don't think you could. You'd have to double both of them, and then, you know, Adam Butler would be the best defensive tackle in the NFL because that dude would eat constantly. Jonah Lalu, Tyree Wilson, you know, if you didn't trade him. So it's a great idea, right? It's a great thought, but more than likely, 99% chance he goes back to the Cowboys. But if there is that 1% chance, man, you know, you can only dream. You can only dream. He did compliment our staff, right, on how they handled Max Crosby's contract. He said that when they were talking to him about, you know, his interview before he demanded a trade. So there is that. We know he wears a Max Crosby shirt when he works out. So, you know, on the field before games. So he's a huge Max Crosby fan. Why wouldn't you want to play with somebody you're a huge fan of if it came down to that opportunity? I'm just saying. Micah Steeler said if he were to ever play elsewhere, he wants to play for the Steelers, Mike Tomlin. And, you know, that could very well be the case, too. Maybe he goes to the Steelers. I mean, next to TJ Watt would be crazy. But I don't know if the Steelers have the money to pay him. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they don't have enough money on their cap. But you can move space around, I guarantee you. LOS, what the fuck? Let's say, LOL. Unless we finesse the fuck out of the Cowboys, I'm good on trading. I'm good too. You know. And yes, it is a pipe dream. Shout out to my guy, Chef in the building. Raiders. Appreciate you rocking with your guy. It is a pipe dream. But hey, how many people's dreams come to life, right? If you believe. I'm just saying. But he looks crazy in silver and black, man. You seen the title, right? You seen the thumbnail? That thumbnail is fire, right? Thank you. But he looks like a dog in silver and black, man. And, you know, maybe he'll see this. I'm gonna tag him in it. Maybe he'll be like, damn, I do look good in silver and black. Let's go to Vegas. Who wouldn't want to play in Vegas, bro? You got no tax. Again, Max Crosby. You got one of the best defensive line coaches in the NFL right now in Robbie Leonard. I mean, I'm sure Max is on the phone right now saying, bro, if it doesn't work out, come here. And don't think Pete Carroll and Spytek probably aren't behind the scenes going, damn, what would you want? What would you want? I mean, I don't know. Kuntz is costing 12 million, no idea. Why did my shit just go? Device unexpectedly stopped. Bro, this camera is pissing me the fuck off. Well, shout out to the 30 people in the building that watched my camera take a shit. I'll be back in a second. I bet y'all thought I was smoking, huh? I'm not. Alright, come on, man. Piece of shit. Friday it goes for 3 hours. Today it goes for nothing. crazy, bro. My back. I'm not back. Shit. Fuck my life, dude. All right, man. So, yeah. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless for the trade amount, but I don't believe, and I'm trying to get this to work. I'll be back on in a second. I don't know what the fuck. I don't believe Spytek is willing to give up any first rounds, any second rounds. You know how last year, you know, they did everything they could to get more picks. They value the hell out of their picks. Spytek values the fact that he wants to build this franchise from within, right? They want to have guys that they draft, that they keep in the building, you know, that learn from this organization, that grow together, that can play together. And if this didn't work, I'm going to die, bro. So, yeah, man. It's not working. What the fuck? This camera's going to get thrown in the trash. Fuck. Alright, well. Man, somebody's tapped into my camera or something, bro. As soon as I get people in the building, this bitch goes off. What is going on, dude? This is ridiculous. So, yeah. Again, we have the money. $99.6 million projected next year. If we don't use it on him, can we use it on Justin Simmons? Can we use it on somebody, right? We still have $30-something million after signing Colton Miller, which shout out to the Raiders for signing Colton Miller. Making him a Raider for another 4 years. We just have one left that we need to sign to make sure, you know, the last of the Mohicans of the Oakland Raiders are still in the building. I'm working on the camera at the same time. But pipe dream or not, the Raiders would be a great team for Micah Parsons. They would be a devastating defense. It would really help our defensive backs who, you know, I don't want to say are struggling, but we have been scoring an awful lot of points in camp. And when you're constantly scoring that many points in camp, which is mainly against the second defense, right? We got to understand that it's not the ones against the twos. All right. I guess it's absolutely just not going to work. Fuck, man. But yeah, you know, we have to realize all those facts. It's not just the ones against the twos. I restarted the camera. I unplugged the camera. I turned the camera off. I'm going to turn it off for 10 seconds and talk and see what happens. Maybe it'll reset. But I kind of like the little Raider symbol. It's kind of cool. Y'all don't have to look at my ugly face. So, you know, moving on from Micah Parsons. Jonah Lalu starting out there, getting reps, getting to the backfield, making plays. You know, if it was a live where you could hit the quarterback, the guy would have been making some noise. You seen the play against JPJ, and this is what I want to talk about the most, man. And I don't know where I'm at in this chat right now because I just lost so much. My guy Rick, shout out to everybody in the building who's been popping in that I can't see your names because I can't read the chat. Fuck it. I'm working on it. But yeah, JPJ, man, getting worked by Tyree Wilson and Jonah Lalu. That's a damn good sign for our defensive line, obviously, but that is not a great sign for JPJ, our offensive line. Now, hopefully, eventually, they put this man back where he belongs. at center with the first team. Because I think they're just, they're messing with his psyche. Maybe he's getting in his head. But the play I showed, and man, I don't know what's going on with this dude. I'm going to have to end this. I appreciate the 23 rocking with me. Having technical difficulties. I'll talk like this until more people leave, I guess. But let me read some of these chats. Jeffrey, my guy, appreciate you. Big thing, Micah struggles against the run. We've had that problem with Malcolm Kuntz, though. He got better last year. Not last year, but the year before, towards the end of the season. But he still is a liability on run, too. And the thing that, he can get to the quarterback. Yes, he's a liability at the run, 100%. I agree with you. But when you have Devin White, when you have Devin White back there, when you have Jermaine Pratt, when you have a Landon Roberts, when you have some of these young guys, I think you got coverage behind you, right? I think you're okay, in my opinion. Stopping the run, right? These guys in a 4-3 base, in rundowns most of the time, right, are going to be attacking the ball carrier. They're going to be attacking the quarterback, and I think it would help. It would help. Facts, Jeffrey. He is a pure pass rusher, and I mean that's great too. But I don't know. He has just as many tackle for loss. Not much. It's not much less than Max in the last 4 years. So maybe it's just when he gets back there. But I don't know. As it stands at this point, the Raiders #1 AFC West offense, but #4 defense. Just keeping it real. I hope, Ken. I hope it's the #1 offense. Yes, my little birdies. I can't give my sources, man. Can't give my sources. AFC West team, which haven't been out there the last 2 days, and they're killing me. Thank God for X. AFC West teams are no joke. Heard #1 offense against #2 defense, and #2 offense with Aiden versus the #1 defense. Facts, Chef. That's what it was. They were subbing guys in and out. They were trying, different positions. But as I was saying, man, is JPJ and that rep. And if you guys haven't seen it, let me know in the comments. But it's on X. I'll look it up real quick and tell you who it was while I'm talking. It was Mike Dixon. Shout out my guy, Mike Dixon, who I'm trying to... Yeah. Vegas Sports Today. Vegas Sports BST. If y'all don't follow him, go follow him. He's always posting bomb Raider stuff. Great post on X. He's the one that posted the JPJ video. And if you haven't seen the JPJ video, I'll show it one more time. But I don't know how well you can see it on here. But this is JPJ at guard, folks. Against Jonah Lalu, I do believe, and Tyree Wilson. I'm going to show it one more time. It's the last time. Oh, shit. Wait. I got to turn the sound down. Was that sound on the last time? Oh, my God, bro. So here we go. Tyree Wilson looked savage right there. Now, was that JPJ? I'm going to play it one more time because I don't know how good y'all can see it. But he's at the bottom right here. Would have murdered the quarterback, bro. He would have crushed the quarterback. At least got a tip ball or something. So, shout out to Tyree Wilson for getting pressure. But what are we doing with JPJ at guard? Now, he didn't look that bad at guard last year. He looked very, very solid. So, either Jonah Lalu was eating double teams, which he was right there. But I don't know who was next to him. I believe it was DJ Glaze. I'm more than likely positive, 100%. It was DJ Glaze next to him. And Jonah Lalu just ate that double team between both of them. And Wilson come around from the edge to the inside pretty damn quick. So, man, that doesn't look good for our offense, bro. It doesn't look good for our offensive line. Try this camera one more time. If this doesn't work, man, I apologize for my shit. I don't know what is going on with this thing. It's not on the timer. It's not on Bluetooth, so nobody should be able to be jacking with it. I just don't get it, bro. I don't fucking get it. All right, man. So, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. If y'all ain't got any more questions, I don't know how y'all stayed this long talking like this, but y'all are some real ones, my OGs, man. I appreciate every one of y'all. If I missed your questions, I'm sorry. I apologize. XXX Legend 190. I appreciate you popping in. Hopefully we can develop Cam Miller into the future starter as a kid's potential. We will see during preseason. He looks good, man, and it's a Tom Brady pick, so... Can you remember the last time Raiders had a decent backup quarterback, let alone a decent starter? Probably never, right? Talk that shit, GeoMex. Jeffrey, I have the same reasonable record prediction. What is Jeffrey's? Did I miss it? 10-7? Hey, that's where I predict us to be. I made my prediction. I said bottom of the barrel. 8 wins, bottom of the barrel. I said more than likely 10-7. But if everything goes right and they put it all together, man, I had to go with the 12-5. It's crazy, it's out there, but the season could end like that. It could be crazy and out there. Last year it was crazy and out there in a bad kind of way. Why can't we flip it around in 1 year? A lot of teams have. A lot of Pete Carroll teams have. A lot of Chip Kelly teams have. Imagine Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll together. Damn, that's all I'm saying. So, yes, appreciate y'all rocking with me. Trying to go through these real fast. Jack Yates in the building. What's good? I didn't miss you. And Trust We Pete, Raiders Rebel. Appreciate you 12-5. Let's go. Preaching that truth talk. Put it in the air, man. Put it in the air. I can't really see putting that many sources in the defensive end position. Just cool to talk about it. It is cool to talk about it. I mean, if it happens, right, it's true. Like I said, we got one of the greatest defenses probably ever for a long, long time. He's in his 4th year. But, even if it doesn't, we still have Malcolm Kuntz. We still have Ja Joyner. And we still have, what I didn't get to talk about, but I will, is Jafari Harvey. So, if you haven't seen it, go check out Sanjeev's post on X. He said, from what he's seen so far, Jafari Harvey has been was the most impressive out there. Making plays, cooking guys. He's been doing it in camp. Could this guy that I said was my sleeper to make this roster, whether it be the practice squad or the 53, which I don't know unless he goes absolutely wild. But I don't see him letting him go, right? I see this is a guy that they keep around some way or another. And if he continues to produce out there, watch out for Jafari Harvey, man. Watch out. So, I know my guy wants to say, shout out to Lauren, says, oh, stop sticking up for AOC and making excuses. But it's awful funny to me that a lot of these guys that I talk about, a lot of these guys that I say positions where they will play, the defense we were going to run, who was going to be dominating camp, right? The guys that were going to stand out, the guys that were going to make noise that we've drafted. A lot of these guys that I talk about are doing the same shit I talk about. So when AOC and Dylan Labe get their chance, man, maybe they will. But you don't know about Dylan Labe. He hasn't got any looks. He's got one carry and a fumble. Ashton Genty fumbled the other day in practice, got the ball knocked out of his hand. I don't hear anybody saying, bench Ashton Genty, send him down, he's a bust. So, pump the brakes a little bit. Pump the brakes. I'm gonna stick up for my guy AOC, whether people like it or not on this channel. When it's due, right? But when it's not, when he throws interceptions, when they're bad, go watch Monday Night Scrutiny, which will be back Monday nights, before or after Monday Night Football. Just depends on, how it goes. But Monday Night Scrutiny will be back, and I scrutinized the shit out of Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew last year when they threw interceptions and when they made bad plays. So, a lot of people want to talk shit about my content or how I feel or how I do things, but they don't always watch all the way through or all my lives, or any of them really. Most of them that, want to say what they say don't really watch my shit. So, it is what it is with AOC. It is what it is with Dylan Labe. If they're not good, I'll be the first one to say, bro, I was wrong. I mean, a clock is fucking a broken clock is right twice a day. So me being right don't mean shit. Me being, whether Aiden O'Connell's number one, could be number one, will ever be a number one, will always be a backup. It's just an opinion. It's just an opinion. So again, pull up, don't pull up. It is what it is. But rightfully so, bro. If you feel I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But Thayer Munford got absolutely cooked by Max Crosby. And if you want to put that on a backup quarterback running with the twos, that's fine. That's fine. Yes, we have a horrible backup. And if anything happens to Geno Smith, God forbid this Raider team is going to be trash. There, I said it. Now, y'all feel better? Good. Much love. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. If I missed you, Natural Born Quiller, I'm trying to get to everybody. I can't do a live like this without y'all seeing me. This is absolutely stupid. I'm gonna try one more time, and if the shit doesn't work, I am out. But let me read this while I try. Raider Felon, appreciate you. Yeah, but Brady was Super Bowl. He'd take Micah. Shit, anybody would take Micah. That's not the question. It's just, can we get him? Are they willing to give him up? And are the Raiders willing to, take a chance on bringing him in the building? And what do they give up for him? Those are the biggest questions. It's not if he wants to play here, right? I don't believe it's not if he'd come here. It's if the Raiders are going to pick up the phone. If they feel, they should make that move. And maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. But I don't think any of us are going to know that until we see some preseason games, right? Till we see the first team out there. What does it look like against the 49ers? What does it look like against the Cardinals? What does it look like against a Sam Darnold, or maybe not a Sam Darnold, but a Joe Milton? A Joe Milton team in Seattle? We will find out. We will find out. All right, did this work? I guess my camera just took a shit. I don't know. Man, all right, appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. Damn, see, this is why I got to go through them. $2 holler Hawaiian Candy. Says she's trying to try your other camera. Thanks, Raider fan. I appreciate you. I got the legit. I got to everybody. We are to the bottom. Shout out, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm going to get this shit right one way or another. But again, I appreciate y'all. Much love. My final take is this offensive line has some issues, whether if it's going to be JPJ at right guard, when you're not getting physical, when you can't tackle the quarterback. That play against Tyree Wilson and Jonah Lalu was absolutely hideous for everybody that says is the best offensive player in JPJ that we have on this team. We're not on the field. We don't see what they see. And maybe these coaches see something different that we don't. And there's a reason why JPJ is not at center. And maybe there's not a reason. Maybe it's just because they're testing out other players. We don't know. So I'm going to leave you with this. Comment in the comment. It will be the pinned comment after the show is over. Is it the offensive line or is it the defensive backs? Which one is the biggest concern for the Las Vegas Raiders? With that, love yourself, love each other. Stop the violence. Take care of yourself. Peace. Much love as always. Raiders. Just win, baby.